My husband insulted me for years, saying I was nothing. I waited, took all his money, and left him the day he lost his job. Now he's broke, jobless, and living with his mom. He calls me 30 times a day. I met Robert at O'Malley's, this local bar downtown that everyone hits up after work on Fridays. I was there with coworkers from the insurance office where I work as an admin assistant. He seemed so confident, buying me a White Claw and telling me about his job in middle management at Midwest Manufacturing. He had this way of making me feel special, like he'd chosen me out of everyone there. We got married after dating for 2 years. My friends thought it was fast, especially Kira, my best friend since high school. But I was so sure. Looking back, I should have seen the signs, like how he insisted we combine our finances right away, because that's what married people do. Or how he'd say things like, "Good thing you've got me to handle the money stuff. You'd probably spend it all on Target runs." With that laugh that made everyone else laugh too. I didn't notice how the jokes got worse after we merged our accounts. When I'd buy groceries, $7 for organic milk? This is why I check the statements. When I got a small raise. Well, it's not like your management material, but I guess it's cute they gave you something. When I wanted to try for a promotion. Honey, you know that's not really your lane. Besides, I make enough for both of us. It was always followed by, "I'm just teasing," or, "You know I love you." And I believed him because I thought that's what marriage was. My parents had the same dynamic. Dad always teasing mom about her cooking or her weight or her silly hobbies. Things started shifting about 2 years ago. Robert started coming home later. Nothing crazy. 7 p.m. instead of 6 p.m., then 8 p.m. Sometimes he'd smell like beer, sometimes like that cologne sample they hand out at the mall. When I asked, he'd say, "Just drinks with the guys from work," or "Had to entertain a client." Then he'd make some comment about how cute my suspicion was, how I should stick to worrying about whether we need more La Croix in the fridge. Our sex life changed too. He stopped initiating unless he was drunk. When I tried, he'd make comments about my body. Not direct insults, just observations that left me feeling like shit. "You've got that little pooch thing happening," he'd say, poking my stomach while I lay vulnerable. Or, "Your boobs look different since you gained weight." I'm 5'6" and 145 pounds, basically the same as when we met. I started pulling away physically, which he used against me. "This is why men cheat," he'd say casually while scrolling through Instagram. When their wives stopped putting out. He never admitted to cheating, but the suggestion was always there, hanging over us. Last summer, I noticed our savings account was lower than it should be. When I mentioned it, Robert exploded. "Are you checking up on me? Don't you trust me? I'm the one who makes the real money here." He slammed the door hard enough to knock down the wall art we'd picked out together when we first moved in. That night, I couldn't sleep. While he snored beside me, I scrolled through our online banking on my phone. There were withdrawals. Not huge, but consistent. Usually on Fridays. Usually around $200, $300. Over months, it added up to thousands.